It's February, commonly known as the month of love. Almost everywhere, love is in the air. Shops are brimming with Valentine's Day hampers. Red themed outfits are flying off the shelves, and many are securing tickets for the latest Valentine's Day events. But for Francis, all of these remain a distant dream. He has lived with sickle cell disease for decades, a condition that has defined much of his life and limited his ability to experience love without fear.
This is something that when you're sickle cell, you get sick from the get go. Besides even you having yellow eyes, your folks will even think you probably have jaundice. They are all part of it. Look, when you keep on getting to the hospitals, when you have exams, you keep getting to the hospitals on your bed dates, it's like you are getting ill all the time.
Francis speaks of a life filled with constant pain, hospital visits, and missed opportunities. And just when he thought life couldn't get any harder, he was diagnosed with plasma cyclotoma, a rare plasma cell disorder.
I had to stop what I was doing at the time. At the time, there was a condition going, I wasn't sure what it was. So I went to the hospital, and I had certain checks. Then I had to go through biopsy. So when I went through biopsy, of course, biopsy, they have to do an aspiration, through your back. They have to check through your bone marrow what is going on with you. And I realized that I had cancer, cancer of the bone. It starts from the blood, but it's actually in the bone. It's called multiple myeloma. They call it plasmacytoma. So that made me halt a lot because that means I have to be going through a lot of therapies. So I had to do chemotherapy. I had to do radiotherapy. I had to take chemo pills. I had to do all those things. So about 3 departments. I was going through 3 departments.
For Francis, living with sickle cell is a daily battle, each day coming with new pain, challenges, and new lessons.
The only way that a patient can come out of it is they have to insert needles, live needles, through the section. They first have to inject where the urine comes out of. They inject there, then they can bore holes, they can make holes at where your penis area is, so that they'll be able to push out the blood out. They have to be able to pull the blood out. That's the only way for people like that. In certain conditions, it goes and comes back after a few hours. But if you're not lucky, you're just going to have to go through that. And I've gone through that, I think, twice.
Despite it all, Francis has a message for young people considering marriage. His dream is to see a world where no child suffers the consequences of incompatible genotype parents.
Whoever is getting married or whoever is trying to get engaged, just try, you and your partner, just try to have a sickling test. It's very, 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 very significant. It's significant that they have, they both do a sickling test. So once you do that, then you know that you have it. Then you know how to live. Just look, don't use love as an excuse and go with the marriage. Else, you're just going to have a lot of problems, with what you married because of the kids that you guys are going to have. Going to have a lot of suffering. And if you're not lucky, you have them that die, at a very early stage. So you just have to just make sure you have the sickling test. It's very, very significant that you do. Just stay away from that. And if you...
To better understand the condition and importance of genotype testing, I spoke with Diana Juma Bedu, a hematology nurse specialist at the Kolibun Teaching Hospital.
We can just look at somebody's ears, somebody's nose, somebody's eyes, and we say that, oh, this child looks like their father. That is the same way that happens in sickle cell. So these red cells with the hemoglobin, each of us has 2. You inherit one from your mother and one from your father. And this happens whilst you are in the womb. So for you to have the disease, then each of your parents should have a copy of the abnormal hemoglobin, which is the S or the C.
Dinah stresses the need for premarital genotype testing, emphasizing that love must be built on responsibility. Knowing your status could prevent future heartaches and ensure that children are born healthy.
As we celebrate the Day of Love, which is Valentine's Day, what I'm saying is that love wisely. How do you love wisely? It's knowing your sickle cell status and choosing a partner so that you can enjoy your love life. Sickle cell impact can override the love that you say that you have for him. So if you love the person, know their status and make a wise decision.
As the world celebrates Valentine's Day, remember that love is beautiful, but true love also means being responsible. Know your status, make informed choices, so that, unlike Francis and many others who live with this condition, through no fault of theirs, your children can have the chance at a healthy, pain-free life. Philip Abutate.